Okay, today we're going to do domain and range again, but now it's from real world situations. Both of them are going to be continuous and discrete. And the essential question that we have for today is, how do you determine a reasonable domain and range of a given situation? You have to think about it. Okay, we have two problems here. I'm going to start with the French Club first, and we're going to write down notes on the bottom. So we are on page 11 in your notebook. You can write notes, or there's a little bit of space down here you can write stuff on, okay? But what's really going to help you is starting off with a table, because we're talking about domain and range. So I'm going to write down a table for this one and this one. My table for this one, X, Y, domain, range. And I'm going to start filling it out with information that I find in the story. Okay? Because I know that they're going to ask me for domain and range. It's right here on the side. So might as well start with the table, fill out as much as we can, and then figure out what my domain and range is for these two problems. So it says the French Club will wash cars for $5 each. I know this is a key word, right? Each, because we learned it last year and the year before. Each what? $5 each what? Each car. They're washing cars, right? So each car is going to be $5. So they taught you that once you find the key word each, every, per, that's going to be your X. So each is not my X, it's each car that is my X. Okay, so my cars, the number of cars I wash, will be my domain. Okay? Their profit is determined by taking the revenue and subtracting $15 for the supplies they purchased. So they already spent $15 on supplies, right? So a lot of you can already create this equation. The equation is Y equals 5X, right, because it's $5 each car, minus what I already spent, which is $15. So I know that X is my cars. What is Y? If I do all of this, 5X minus 15, what does that give me? What are they trying to do in this fundraiser? Are they trying to get more cars? What are they trying to do? To make what? To make money. Okay, the profit is your Y. Okay? Whatever I get from here, that's going to give me the amount of money that I have. So my money is my range. Profit, my profit, right? So if I put this in Desmos, okay, Y equals 5X minus 15. It gives me the equation, the line, right? So I know that this is what I started with. I started with negative $15 because I spent money, right? And every car that I get, I'm going to get $5. So if you open up the table right here for that equation, it's going to tell you that at 0 cars, I had negative $15. 1 car, I have negative $10 because I'm paying off my debt. 2 cars, now I have negative $5. So I'm starting to make money. 3, enter. 4, enter. 5, enter. Okay, I'm starting to make money after 4 cars. I make $5, then I make another $5, then I make another $5, and so forth and so on. So my domain is the number of cars, but how many cars can I have? Can I have half a car? Can I wash half of a car? No, you have to wash the whole car, right? So what can I start with? I can start with 0 cars, right? Then I can wash 1 car. Then I can wash 2 cars. then I can wash 3 cars, and so forth and so on. What is my range? At 0 cars, how much money do I have? Negative 15. And then 1 car, now I have negative 10, negative 5, $0, right? Because I paid off my debt, and then it continues. So my domain, write this down, starts with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it continues. I can wash as many cars as I want. That's my domain. And my range, okay, I started with negative $15. And every car I give $5, so I'm paying off my debt. Now I owe $10. I'm in the hole $10. Then I'm in the hole $5. Now I paid off my debt, 0. Now I'm starting to make profit, 5, 10, 15, and so on. Okay, so the domain and the range have to make sense with the story, with what the story is saying. All right, and you can pause the video at whatever time if I'm going too fast for you to write down these numbers. Let's go do the second problem. We're going to start off with a table again, because I know it's going to ask me for the domain and range. So X and Y, domain and range. So the story starts, a plumber's total charge is. That's another key word. Is means equal. Okay, so this is Y, my total charge. Y equal. Is, was, has. All of those key words mean equal. $60 for a home visit plus 40 per hour. So Y equals, I started with 60 plus $40 per hour. So this X is my what? What did I say? It's 40 per hour. So my X is my hours. So right here, I'm going to put hours is my X. Right? The hours that he works. And what is Y? What is this? What's the plumber going to get out of it? The charge, right? His total, his money. How much money he's going to make. So how many hours can he work? Can he work negative hours? No. So I cannot put any negative numbers here. What's the least amount of hours he can work? The smallest number of hours he can work. 1 hour? What about 0 hours? Right? He doesn't have to work. If he doesn't want to take this job, he doesn't have to take the job. He can work 0 hours, right? And get paid how much? No. It's $60 for a home visit. So just to go see the house, he's already charging them $60. Right? He hasn't even started working, and he's already charging $60. So 0 hours, he still gets paid $60. Then he's going to say, okay, I want to work or I don't want to work. And then that's how he starts making more money. Right? So let's go look at, if I put it in Desmos, so I'm going to type Y equals 60 plus what? 40x. Okay, so here's my line. I can zoom out so you can see it better. See, he started at $60. Okay? And if I open up my table for that equation, I don't care for the negatives because we don't have negative hours that we can work. But I'm going to start at 0. So 0, he gets paid $60. 1 hour, he gets paid $100. But can he work half an hour? Yes, he can work half an hour. He can work 15 minutes. He can work an hour and a half. So it doesn't have to be whole numbers, right? But it has to start at 0. So greater than 0, greater than or equal to 0, yes. And he can get paid half an hour. So it's going to be greater than or equal to 60. So my domain and my range, the x is going to be greater than or equal to 60. Okay? Because it's anything greater than 0. And he's going to start getting paid at $60, so my range is y greater than or equal to 60. Anything above $60. Okay? And if I take this off, that's exactly what we wrote here. Okay? So this one has to be whole numbers because we're talking about cars. You cannot have half cars. And this one, we write it like this because you can have half an hour. You can work, in halves and decimals and all of that. So that's the difference between whole numbers, which is called discrete, and continuous, where you can have decimals, fractions, and all of that. Okay? So make sure that you cut this and you paste it on page 11. Okay? Leave some space for where you wrote your notes at.